records one I'll go for now while Sydney's lockdown restrictions continue. We've lost count how many weeks we've been in lockdown, but we have pressed on, Mike and I, with some fun segments about our favourite records. But before we start today's episode, don't forget to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, keep those comments coming through, and share the love for these episodes with your friends as we create this cult of records here at Two Old Guys and Their Records. All this week we'll be looking at favourite debut singles, and I'll try to be very, very purist here. I haven't sort of gone for artists who have had careers and then they have a debut single as a solo artist or as, you know, in another band. Like, it's very easy for me to say, wow, this is a great debut single by Bill Wyman with Come Back Suzanne. But the guy's been in the Stones for 20 years. I mean, he is so experienced as a singer. I don't treat this as a debut single. So I've been very, very pure about this. Now, this artist today is Australian. She is one of Australia's national treasures. She's won all the awards, she's had all the accolades. You know, she's got an Order of Australia, an Order of the British Empire. In France, she's been given this medal that's like the equivalent of knighthood. She has sold millions of records. She's amazing. She is the girl next door that then became ginormous. I am talking about Kylie Minogue, or as we fondly call her, Kylie. She is Australian, she's one of us. Now, it's quite a strange case, this, her record, her debut singles, because, you know, her debut single here in Australia was Locomotion. But then she was rushed off to England and she released I Should Be So Lucky as her debut single in Britain. And then they re-released The Locomotion in Britain. So it's a little bit of a confusing state here, but they're both amazing singles. But before we start, let's have a look at a bit of background about Kylie. Now, Kylie, you know, began her career in the entertainment industry at a very, very young age. She had a couple of minor roles, like, for example, in the drama called The Sullivans, okay, as a young actor. And after that, she tried out for the Young Talent Time, which was like this variety show for teenagers and kids. And can you believe that Young Talent Time did a Decca moment where Decca rejected the Beatles and then they went on to become ginormous? Well, they rejected Kylie and Kylie didn't make the Young Talent team. Now that was a major, major blessing, because then she gets a role on Australia's most popular soap opera or soap series or whatever you want to call it. Okay, Neighbours, as Charlene, a teenager aspiring to become a mechanic, pushing boundaries already, okay, our Kylie. And do you know that she won 4 TV Logies, which is like the Emmys in the USA, in the 1 year, the first person to do that. And then she's the youngest person to win the TV Gold Logie. Amazing. So she is massive on the TV screen. Now, the thing is with Neighbours is it's very, very popular in Great Britain. So when she marries on screen, you know, Jason Donovan's character, 20 million Britons are watching this. So it is major. She is famous in Australia. She's famous in Britain. So she's at a fundraiser with John Waters, one of the stars on Neighbours, and she sings Locomotion. Someone hears her, she's rushed to do a demo, and then they release Locomotion 3 weeks after this wedding, where everyone's still talking about Charlene's wedding, Kylie's wedding on screen, and it becomes a #1 single, and it actually becomes one of the 1980s biggest singles in Australia. Now, she's rushed off then to Britain, and, you know, Stock Aitken and Waterman, who are like the Holland and the Dossiers of, you know, the Motown of the 60s, but at the time in the 80s they were massive, this trio of songwriters. And there's a story where they weren't expecting her to arrive, and she waits out in the corridors and they write her first song while she's waiting out in the corridor, and that is I Should Be So Lucky. And she was lucky, because another #1 song in Australia and the UK. So back-to-back #1s in Australia. And then they re-release The Locomotion another #1 single in the UK. It was already #1 here in Australia, but this goes to #3 in the USA. It goes #1 in Canada. So suddenly, Kylie is everywhere. And there is another single off the Kylie album called Gotta Be Certain, and again, #1. She has 3 consecutive #1s. That was incredible. She even had time to do a duet with Jason Donovan, her co-star that she married on the screen, right? Especially for you, so very, very romantic, okay? So Kylie Minogue was amazing. After that, I mean, her career skyrockets. I mean, the only flaw, I think she was dropped from Geffen Records in the United States, but then, as some enormous consolation, she becomes ginormous in Europe. She's already big in Great Britain, Europe, Australia, Asia. She does all these tours. Her career spans, over 30 years. Like I said, #1 albums, the best, hot yellow gold pants, all these awards, all these accolades. She sings at the Paralympics, the Sydney Paralympics. She's done everything. She's a fashion icon. She's one of the most influential women in Australia. So Kylie, our Kylie, has done it all. What do you think about Kylie Minogue, about her rise, her initial songs? Did you like Kylie Minogue? Was it too poppy for you? Or was it fantastic? But the girl next door who made it ginormous. It's a great story for, Kylie herself, but also for Australia. Great career, a great ambassador for our country. Kylie Minogue. Tell us all about it. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, send in those comments, like us on our Facebook page, share this episode with your friends. That's this long-haired bearded guy wearing Metallica doing Kylie Minogue, our Kylie. See you tomorrow.